E aí, meus amigos, tudo bem com vocês? Bora para mais um episódio da série Gamepass, mais um Fallout. Hoje nós vamos pro Fallout New Vegas. Bom, Fallout 3 aparentemente é um jogo interessante, mas é um jogo que demora para engrenar. A gente jogou 1 hora dele e em 1 hora a gente estava começando a querer sair do lugar lá. Só que tava num ritmo bem devagar a coisa e tal, né? Não sei se todos serão assim, porque eu tenho uma recordação do 4 também tem um começo ali, mas eu acho que demora meia hora. Acho que meia hora pra você sair, talvez. Continue, eu não lembro disso aqui. Aparentemente aqui é a mesma coisa. Display. Ok. Áudio. Footsteps. Ok. E bora, né? Start a new game? Sim, porque eu não lembro de jogar Vegas nenhum. Tem uma playlist minha no Spotify para quem quiser depois ouvir, curtir ouvir muito Spotify. Eu tenho uma só oldies, década de 20, 30, 40, 50.
War never changes. When atomic fire consumed the Earth, those who survived did so in great underground vaults. When they opened, their inhabitants set out across the ruins of the old world to build new societies, establishing villages, forming tribes. As decades passed, what had been the American Southwest united beneath the flag of the new California Republic, dedicated to old world values of democracy and the rule of law. As the Republic grew, so did its needs. Scouts spread east, seeking territory and wealth in the dry and merciless expanse of the Mojave Desert. They returned with tales of a city untouched by the warheads that had scorched the rest of the world, and a great wall spanning the Colorado River. The NCR mobilized its army and sent it east to occupy Hoover Dam and restore it to working condition. But across the Colorado, another society had arisen under a different flag. A vast army of slaves forged from the conquest of 86 tribes, Caesar's Legion. 4 years have passed since the Republic held the dam, just barely, against the Legion's onslaught. The Legion did not retreat. Across the river, it gathers strength. Campfires burn, training drums beat, Through it all, the New Vegas Strip has stayed open for business, under the control of its mysterious overseer, Mr. House, and his army of rehabilitated tribals and police robots. You are a courier, hired by the Mojave Express to deliver a package to the New Vegas Strip. What seemed like a simple delivery job has taken a turn for the worse.
You got what you were after, so pay up.
You're crying in the rain, Pally.
Guess who's waking up over here?
Time to cash out.
Will you get it over with?
Maybe cons kill people without looking them in the face. But I ain't a fink. Dig? You've made your last delivery, kid. Sorry you got twisted up in this scene. From where you're kneeling must seem like an 18-carat run of bad luck. Truth is, the game was rigged from the start.
You're awake. How about that? Whoa, easy there, easy. You've been out cold a couple of days now. Why don't you just relax a second? Get your bearings. Let's see what the damage is. How about your name? Can you tell me your name?
Jaiminho.
I can't say it's what I'd have picked for you, but if that's your name, that's your name. I'm Doc Mitchell. Welcome to Good Springs. Now, I hope you don't mind, but I had to go rooting around there in your noggin to pull all the bits of lead out. I take pride in my needlework, but you'd better tell me if I left anything out of place. How'd I do?
Putz. De novo.
Got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race.
As coisas pesam. Provavelmente no outro devia pesar também, pelo visto.
Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the figure tester a try. We'll learn right quick if you get back all your faculties.
Que é isso? É a dificuldade? Ah, entendi. É igual aquele outro também. Então, strength, percepção. Vamos continuar. É isso mesmo.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorn are dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking. All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog. House. Night. Bandit. Light. Mother. Okay, now I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one, conflict just ain't in my nature. I ain't given to relying on others for support. I'm always fixing to be the center of attention. I'm slow to embrace new ideas. I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Okay. How about this one? Last one.
Cara, eu não vejo nada dessas coisas, eu vejo tudo, outras coisas.
Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you. Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you got a family history of getting shot in the head.
Não sei.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out. Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style, anyway. Don't mention it. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fit. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able... Anyway, you ever get... But try not to get...
Howdy, partner. Might I say you're looking fit as a fiddle? Can't say that I'm familiar with the rascals. Some of the fine folks in town might be able to help you out with that. Don't mention it. I'm always ready to lend a helping hand to a stranger in need. I was out for a stroll that night when I heard the commotion up the old bone orchard. Saw what looked like a bunch of bad eggs, so I laid low. Once they'd run off, I dug you up to see if you were still kicking. Turns out you were, so I hauled you off to the dock right quick. I moseyed into town, 10, 15 years ago. Before that, I can't quite seem to recall. Odd. Anyway, it's a right peaceful town, and I reckon it's as fine a place to settle as any. I'm a Securitron. Robco Security Model 26.
Hey there. Howdy.
Way too many strangers coming into town these days. No offense.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to.
Sunny smiles.
Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon. Everything all right? Well, let's just finish this first, all right? Then we could talk. Preferably somewhere where I can get a stiff drink and Cheyenne can keep cool. Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. Everything all right? Until next... That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along? Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
Eu queria saber como é que corre. Pelo visto eu já tô correndo, né? Nossa, esse negócio é muito feio, gente. Só que volta pra aquilo, né? Em 2011 isso. Que jogo que tinha em 2011 pra gente fazer uma comparação. Que feio.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way. Okay, you're on. Go give them hell.
Mas do que nós estamos falando aqui? Eu não tô entendendo. O que tem que pegar? Ah, será que é aquilo? Ah.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me. Come on!
Cadê a minazinha? Mano, cadê a minazinha?
Confound it, Cheyenne. Why'd you have to go running in like that? You were supposed to stay. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to see me like this. I'm not gonna be very good company right now. I did have another thing to teach. But I'll understand if you'd rather I just pay you so you could be on your way. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested? Alright then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
Eu acho que eu já tô ficando pesado, pelo visto. Olê, hein? Cadê? Era pra ter alguma coisa aqui, não era não? Ele podia andar um pouco mais rápido, né? Nossa, tá lotado. Caramba! Ah, não!
Howdy, partner. Howdy, partner.
Nossa, galera, é meio... Isso daqui é tipo Death Stranding, né? Você anda e cai no mesmo lugar, e anda, e não acontece nada, e anda. Engraçado. Se você tá em cima de uma pedra, você não consegue pular. Ah, agora eu consegui. Eu queria, sabe o que? Eu queria correr pra tal. Olha, eu consegui. Só que o jogo nunca deixava.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try. Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to make a recipe is the right ingredients and the right know-how. Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. Okay. Well, good luck to you. I'm heading back to the Prospector. I could use a drink about now. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi. Hi there. Sticking around Good Springs for a while longer? Sure can. Take the road southeast out of town till it hits the freeway. Prim is the town with the roller coaster straight south. Can't miss it. NCR patrols do a good job of keeping the highway clear, but I'd keep your gun where you can reach it easily. You never know who you'll run into. Off the road, you'll probably start running into hostile wildlife. My advice would be to stick to the highway when you can. I hunt geckos mostly. The meat's pretty good and I can always find a buyer for the hides. I also help keep the town clear of rad scorpions and coyotes. Not many people live in Good Springs, so wildlife is always creeping in. Sure, what do you want to know? Southeast of here is Prim. Can't miss it. Since it has the giant old roller coaster right in the middle of town. The NCR's got an outpost there. If you follow the road north, you'll eventually hit Sloan and Quarry Junction. They mine rocks or something, but I heard they got troubles lately. I wouldn't head that direction if I were you, though. Got critters up there that don't take kindly to getting shot. The new California Republic. Bunch of settlers and soldiers coming in from the west, fixing on making Nevada their own. They can be right pushy, but the roads are safer because of them, so I tend to let it go. Not that I got a choice. Well, the wildlife for one thing, rowdy locals for another. They're protecting their own. Just happens to help us. They've been holding off this other group from the east, too. Got a funny name. Call themselves Caesar's Legion. Never seen them in these parts, so I couldn't tell you much. I hear rumors, that's about it. Supposedly they keep slaves and they got some real nasty ways of killing folks. But maybe that's just something folks in the NCR cooked up to make themselves seem more useful here. Less uninvited. Around here, mostly coyotes and geckos. The coyotes are pretty dangerous in large packs, but otherwise they're nothing to really worry about. The geckos aren't too tough, but they've got a nasty bite. I've heard about bigger, nastier versions out in the wasteland, but I've never seen them. Stick to the roads when you can, and steer clear of the hills north of Good Springs. The critters up there are big and poisonous. If you want to know anything else... Not in Good Springs, no. But if you're up for a little scavenging, there's always the schoolhouse. Most of what's in there is junk, but there's this old safe that even Easy Pete wasn't able to crack with dynamite. If you want to take a shot at it, take these. Oh. Well, go ahead and keep the stuff I gave you anyway. It'll be more useful to you than me. Until next time.
Galera, eu vou parar por aqui, porque eu acho que daqui 8 minutos não vai dar pra fazer muita coisa. Mas pelo menos esse a gente já tava fora de um lugar. Teve alguma coisinha de missão, né? Que foi esse tutorialzinho. A gente já tirou em pessoas. Em pessoas não, né? Em monstros e insetos gigantes, mutantes. E eu acredito que pelo menos nesse no Fallout anterior, não sei como é que serão os outros, você não tem um mapa, né? Inclusive você mal tem um start. Quer ver? Eu saí. Tipo, seu start é isso. No select você descansa, né? Aí o bolinha você abre isso aqui que não tem mapa nenhum, só tem itens e tudo mais. Provavelmente vai ter uma hora que você vai vender essas coisas, mas não tem um mapa. Às vezes é legal ter um mapa, né? Mas enfim, eu acho que o jogo é isso. Você tem que ficar na bussolinha ali, na bússola, que vai te mandar as missões. Você vai ter que ir atrás dos indicadores ali que indicam a direção, e você vai fazendo as missões. Eu vou falar a verdade, nem esse nem o anterior me atraíram, tá? Esse não me atraiu, não é um jogo que me atrai, principalmente pelo fato dele ainda ser, né, da antiga geração. Não é nem da Xbox One, é do 360, então são jogos bem antigos, o gráfico é bem... Então não me atrai mais, né? Não me atrai, tem coisas melhores. E é o que nós vamos ver agora no 4 e no 76. Vamos ver quanto isso evoluiu. Eu lembro que no 4, como eu disse, eu joguei 2 horas, né? Você já tem uma melhora constante, né? Você já tem uma melhora legal. Só que, pelo que eu me recordo, é bem parecido com esse. Tipo, na verdade é uma mistura do 3 que a gente viu agora, que a gente não conseguiu sair pra fora, e esse daí que foi totalmente fora. Foi uma mistura. O que a gente vai ver agora é uma mistura. A minha questão eu joguei 2 horas pra ver isso tudo. Como agora nós teremos 1 hora, eu não sei até onde que eu vou poder mostrar pra vocês, mas vocês vão ver que existe um jump absurdo de gráfico, tem um jump colossal de gráfico, mas o jeito é bem parecido ali, o jogo é bem parecido, você vai pegando coisa, porque provavelmente você vai transformar aquela sucata em alguma coisa. Eu sei que no outro isso é muito mais claro. Esse daqui ainda a gente não chegou a ver. E as mesas de fazer as coisas ali tava muito feio, muito confuso. Eu de verdade não me atraiu nada esse jogo aqui, tá? Então, você já jogou esses jogos? Os antigos? Não tô falando dos que vão vir. Tô falando desse e do 3. Você jogou? Você zerou? O que você achou do jogo? A minha pergunta você jogou isso lá no 360 ou você jogou isso agora nas novas gerações? Né? Enfim, comenta aqui embaixo, conta pra mim, né? Que às vezes, pela opinião de vocês, quem sabe me dá mais alguma luz de futuramente eu tentar jogar de novo. Mas eu acho que se eu fosse tentar jogar entre esse e o primeiro, eu tentaria jogar o primeiro. Esse daqui, não gostei muito não. Beleza? Então nos vemos no próximo, que vai ser Fallout 4.